From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Vikings led out by their quarterback, Kyler Murray, two-time Pro Bowler, of course, one of the most exciting dual-threat QBs in the league.
Spent the first 7 years of his career in Arizona, where he's a former #1 overall pick. This will be his first season in Minnesota, and I expect him to have a big year. When you play for the Vikings, your numbers tend to go up as a quarterback.
First play and a first pass for Murray. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in the zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Now Murray off play action. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tough rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Deep to return is Calvin Austin. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Here comes the Giants offense with their second-year QB leading the way. Now his first full season at the helm, Jackson Dart.
Once he hit the field his rookie season, he brought some true excitement to his team and to his fan base. I love his aggressiveness, but has to learn to protect himself. But this guy, he goes all out on every possession.
Looking to put a drive together. Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scatterbury. And space tough to come by there, so he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
First down, here's Scatterby. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun. Here's Dart. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Johnson's got it complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, 31 yards. And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Giants.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So the Vikings set to go on offense. There's a look at their offensive coordinator, Wes Phillips. These guys trail here in this first half, and now they'll focus on trying to get some points on this upcoming drive. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Murray going to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. On the return, Austin. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants going back to work as you get a look at their offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy. His guys have the first half lead here as they try to find some ways to attack this defense. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Dart. He finds Austin complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Dart going to give to Scannaboo. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. In motion, the tight end. To the air, Dart. And that will be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep for the Vikings, Miles Price. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. As the visitors head back out, we take a look at the defensive coordinator for the home team. His guys have a first half lead, all going according to plan so far as they look to come up with a stop on this next drive. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Here's Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing now is Murray. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Abdul Carter able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Nowadays, you have to be an all-around running back to stick in the NFL, and that's exactly what this guy is. He is such a weapon in the receiving game, and we saw it again there. He's got soft hands, and then we know how dangerous he is when the ball is in his hands.
That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. Play action. Now it's Murray. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Kyler Murray. 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Dart going to look to throw here. He'll get this to Scannable. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just get a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun, here's Dart. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Dart from the gun on third down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Murray. This one swung out here to Jones. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Up the middle, Jones. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They need 2. Here's third down. Murray now to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's Dart. Completes Austin here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's
A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Giants.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
In motion, Slayton. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A give, it's Scadaboo. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The 20. 5, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jackson Dart, 42 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work.
Lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 7.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out comes Minnesota. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. To throw, it's Murray. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Giants
and New York set to take the field.
At their own 16-yard
and that last
line.
drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Play action now. Dart. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 25-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They go play action with Dart. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Scatteroo. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll go play action here with Dart. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now Murray off play action. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Murray. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Kevin O'Connell has a play call ready. His guys going for it on fourth. They're going for it. It's Murray. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the one. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Scatterby to start the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now 2nd and 9. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
For the Giants.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Price now to return. Call it a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings now heading onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
He was tackled at the
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Again, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, now what? How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. As the home team's offense makes their way back out, we show you the defensive coordinator for the visiting team. His guys looking to come up with a stop here in this tie game. Looking to put a drive together. Off the bootleg, it's Darden. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw now, Dart. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's 3rd and 7.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Throwing his Dart. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Here's Murray. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Jennings, a receiver, in motion right. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. From the 21, here's 2nd and 3. Addison will go in motion left. Murray now. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Good job of just taking what's there. He found his man over the middle for the 1st down. Everyone always wants to see the big highlight plays, but those smart decisions that keep the chains moving are just as important.
Addison will go in motion left. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Minnesota.
Aaron Jones, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half. Extra point forthcoming.
Up for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Vikings 21.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
In motion goes the tight end. Looking to throw, dart. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Scatteroo. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks. Scott Hansen here from the Orlando studios. More from MetLife in just a moment. But first, let's run through some of the highlights and numbers from our game so far, and we'll focus on this man, Jackson Dart. His guys, however, trail at the break. For the call of the second half, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Oh, he shifts past him. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up second down.
Second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
this one down to the 40-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart. Wide open receiver complete. And the Giants are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
He gets it left side to Johnson. Touchdown! Theo Johnson from 3 yards out. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll pitch it out to Jones. Shoves him aside. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go again to Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On the delay, Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And gets him a little bit closer. Takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Murray now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Dart. And this will be caught by Mooney. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the thing in the catch were just fine, but again, zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
On the handoff, this is Scatterby. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. An inside run with Scatterby. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That will go down as a completion in the stat sheet, but it's really just an extension of the run game. All he's doing is getting the ball into his playmakers' hands and letting them do the rest. They weren't able to break it, but you'll never complain about picking up a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Completes it to Austin. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of
That will
7.
go as a pickup of
Makes it
7
3rd
on the
and
7th
4.
play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Here's Dart.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The Vikings offense had Aaron Jones headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A give to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
128 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Now Austin. Oh, nice move. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing his dart. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
First down, here's Scatterby. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To throw, Dart. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Giants on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 15. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A gain of 6
Decent
yards.
gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Looking to put a drive together. They fake the handoff. Now Murray out to his left. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Addison will go in motion left. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Pass complete to Addison. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Abdul Carter picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw, it's Murray. That's caught out right by Jennings.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Now Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Giants are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Byron Murphy there on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The slot man in motion right. Dart. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Fair catch. Signaled for
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Here's a give to Jones running left.
Paulson and Debo up to make the stop. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Here's Murray. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Addison will go in motion left.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Mason.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
And a tackle there by Micah McFadden.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Murray now. Being chased out left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Mason going to get it on first down. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes out a gain of 8.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Toss play to Mason. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jordan Mason, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings will add to their fourth quarter lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
To try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Vikings
A 10-play drive that time.
Giants,
and the
21.
capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Able to slither by. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Dart. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Dart going to give to Scatteroo. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They'll try it now with Scatteroo. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Cam Scatteroo, 52 yards. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Vikings.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. They'll start with a run by Mason. Across midfield. And down right around the 37. 60 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Play fake. Murray. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On the give, it's Mason. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
And it's third down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll hand it to Mason. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll go again with Mason. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Mason with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
38. Giants, 28.
That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. This is 1st and 10. Dart going to look to throw here. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. To throw is Dart. Sends it to the sideline, and Mooney makes the catch. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. Oh, and that is incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Okay, we've seen plenty of games. We've been there before. They thought they had this one over with. If they could have stopped them right there on that down, now they've got to continue to play. That's going to be tough.
That's tough because it was such great coverage. They had them blanketed, especially there in the secondary, but, hey, took off and found a way. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw now, Dart. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Throwing his Dart. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Second 4th down conversion on this drive.
And not a surprise to us because we talked with the head coach about this prior to this game. He told us he planned to be aggressive, a combination of analytics and gut instinct.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He's got Johnson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.